Hey, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Tropical Habs back here today for a brand new YouTube video. So today we're here to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. But before getting into that, I need you guys' feedback, because some people were saying in the last two videos that the microphone was not the best, and I needed to fix the settings. So I watched some tutorials about the Blue Yeti microphone on YouTube, and I've downloaded some plugins, and now I went for kind of a radio type of sound. So if guys could give me your opinion about it in the comments below, that would be amazing. I also received the lights in the background. I put one at the bottom of Cole Caulfield's jerseys and another one there. So I think it looks a bit better in the background. I think the background looks cleaner a bit now. Give me your opinion also on that. And as well, if you're not subscribe to the channel. I'm one of the fastest Habs reporter on YouTube. So if you want to be updated with everything that's going on with the Canadiens, trades, games, lineups, all of that, rookies, prospect, you're at the right place. So I strongly suggest you to subscribe and turn on post notification, as well as the like button. Let's try and get 50 likes on this video. So today we're here to talk about Josh Anderson, because there's still a lot of rumors surrounding Josh Anderson, and his name has been associated a lot with the Calgary Flames. And I made a video a couple weeks back talking about how Josh Anderson could end up with the Calgary Flames. I mean, the Habs and Flames, I've made a lot of trades together since Kent Hughes took over as the GM. I think three of them. They sent McNiven for future considerations. After that, they flipped to Foley there. And after that, they traded for Sean Monahan for future consideration with the first round pick as well. So, definitely a lot of moves happen between the two teams, and since the Calgary Flames aren't doing great, they haven't been doing as good as they thought they would, they might be interested into adding a guy that has a lot of physicality, a lot of speed, and that can play almost with anybody anywhere on the ice, and that guy could be Josh Anderson. We know for sure, coming from a lot of Flames insider, that the Calgary Flames are looking to add a forward to their team, and Josh Anderson might be one of them. Josh Anderson, when he was still with the Blue Jackets were trying to trade him away, and almost all the teams in the NHL have called about him, and I think it's still like that right now. A lot of you guys are going to say, we need to keep Josh Anderson. He's not the one we need to trade. We need to trade Hoffman, Drouin, Gallagher, all of those guys. I understand that, but to make a trade happen that works on both sides, you need to trade a guy that has value. Hoffman, Gallagher, and Drouin right now don't have any values. The only forward that is tradable, in my opinion, and that has value in the Canadiens is Josh Anderson. So that's why we keep on talking about trading him. So definitely a thing that could happen is trading Josh Anderson over there, taking a contract, a second round pick, and a prospect. So there's a lot of prospect in Calgary that could be interesting. There's Dustin Wolf in net if you want to have a future starter that has the potential to become a first goaltender in the NHL. Dustin Wolf is one of them. You have Connor Zary also, that is pretty good. But there's also a little Quebecer guy that comes from Neuchâtel, right across the corner in my hometown in Quebec City, Jacob Pelletier, man. And I really want the Habs to go and get Jacob Pelletier. There were some rumors at last year's trade deadline that the Canadiens wanted to get Jacob Pelletier. There were some rumors this summer that the Canadiens wanted Jacob Pelletier. So they've definitely talked about it with the Flames, because the rumors never comes from nowhere. There's never smoke without fire. And I think that the Canadiens most certainly asked for Jacob Pelletier in their talks with the Calgary Flames when they were talking about the Foley, when they were talking about the Monahan trade and all of that. So definitely could be a possibility that Jacob Pelletier comes back in the trade with Josh Anderson. But Josh Anderson has a cap hit of $5.5 million. And the Calgary Flames are really, really close from cap space limit. So you might need to take on a contract. And a guy that could be a pretty weird fit for the Canadiens, because he was playing for the Boston Bruins back when there was a big rivalry in the playoffs back in 2014 when Price was in his prime. Apparently he said some bad things to Dale Weiss, and that guy's Milan Lucic. Milan Lucic could become a Montreal Canadiens. Yes, they could take on his contract for the remainder of it. I have no clue how many years is left on the contract. I think there's 1 or 2 left on the contract at six millions. I think it is. I haven't looked. I'm sorry. I was too focused on the mic. So yeah, we're taking on Milan Lucic contract with Jacob Pelletier in a second round pick. I think it could be a pretty fair trade for both teams. Montreal sends Josh Anderson to Calgary for Milan Lucic, Jacob Pelletier, and a second round pick. I think it's a pretty fair deal in my opinion. No first round picks involved. You get Jacob Pelletier, who is a former first round pick, who's been killing it at the World Junior when he was there, who has been killing it in the AHL, who's a Quebec-born player, was a fan of the Montreal Canadiens, has a great work ethic, and that he's going to do everything he can to be a really good top six forward in the NHL. And you get Milan Lucic to take the cap space and give the Flames caps flexibility to take on the entirety of Josh Anderson's contract. And you get a second round pick that can turn into an Owen Beck or a Lane Hudson. So, yeah, definitely a trade that could work well for both teams. The Calgary Flames get their player that they need to go deep in the playoffs because Anderson is insane in the playoffs. And the Canadiens get a second round pick and a prospect, a Quebec-born prospect. There's not a lot of them. There's Joshua Roy, but we need another one, and I think that Jacob Pelletier could be one of them, playing with the Laval Rocket for the remainder of the year and getting into the team next season. I think it would be amazing for the Canadiens. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. It's been about Tropical Habs. Give me feedback about the background, about everything, the new setup, the new mic. Is the sound better? I hope so. So yeah, it's been your boy Tropical Habs, and I'll see y'all later for another video. Bye bye.